Stop. Don't memorize another grammar rule. Don't open another English textbook. And don't waste another hour translating every sentence from your native language into English. Because the biggest reason you're still struggling to speak English, growing isn't your vocabulary, it isn't your grammar, it isn't even your pronunciation. The real problem is this: you're thinking in your native language first, and then translating into English. That's why speaking feels slow. That's why conversations make you nervous. That's why, even after years of studying English, your mind suddenly goes blank when someone asks a simple question. Now imagine something different. Imagine hearing English and understanding it instantly. Imagine answering without translating. Imagine thinking directly in English, the same way you think naturally in your own language. Sounds impossible? It's not. In fact, that's exactly how every fluent English speaker thinks. And here's the surprising truth. They didn't become fluent because they memorized thousands of grammar rules. They became fluent because their brain stopped translating. Today I'm going to show you how you can train your brain to think in English naturally, without forcing yourself to study for hours every day. All you need is your ears, your imagination, and the willingness to listen differently. Let's begin. The biggest mistake. Think about how you learned your first language. Did your parents hand you a grammar book? Did they teach you the past perfect tense before you spoke your first sentence? Of course not. You listened. Again, and again, and again. For months, your brain absorbed sounds before it understood meaning. You didn't memorize. You didn't translate. You simply listened. Eventually, your brain built patterns. Without realizing it, you started thinking in that language. That's exactly how language learning works. Your brain is a pattern recognition machine. It doesn't learn languages by memorizing isolated words. It learns through repeated exposure to meaningful input. The problem is that many learners treat English like a school subject instead of a living language. They study rules but rarely hear natural conversations. They know grammar, but they don't have automatic thinking. That's why speaking feels difficult. Why translation is slowing you down. Imagine driving a car while constantly checking a manual after every turn. Turn left, read the manual. Brake, read the manual. Accelerate, read the manual. You'd never become a confident driver. Language works the same way. Every time you translate, your brain takes an extra step. Native language, translate, English, speak. Those tiny delays create hesitation, and hesitation creates fear. Instead, you want your brain to build a direct connection. Picture, meaning, English. No translation. That's when fluency begins. The secret of thinking in English. Here's the method. Don't start with complicated ideas. Start with your everyday life. When you wake up, look around your room. Instead of saying the words in your native language, describe everything silently in simple English. The window's open. My phone is on the table. I'm feeling sleepy. I need water. Don't worry if your sentences aren't perfect. Your goal isn't perfection. Your goal is to build an English thinking habit. Every simple sentence is another brick in your brain's new language pathway. Do this every day. Little by little, English stops feeling foreign. It starts feeling natural. Listen more than you study. Most learners spend hours reading textbooks. Fluent speakers spend thousands of hours listening. That's the difference. Your brain learns pronunciation, rhythm, sentence structure, and natural expressions simply by hearing them repeatedly. So replace some study time with listening time. Listen while walking, listen while cooking, listen before sleeping. Don't try to understand every single word. Focus on understanding the overall message. Your brain will gradually fill in the missing pieces. That's exactly how children learn. And your brain still has that ability. You just need to feed it enough understandable English. Final message. Remember this. Fluency doesn't begin when you know every grammar rule. Fluency begins the moment your brain stops translating. So from today, don't ask, how many grammar rules should I study? Ask, how many hours of natural English can I listen to today? Because every minute you spend listening, your brain is quietly learning. One day you'll notice something incredible. You'll answer a question without translating, without thinking, without fear. And that's the day you'll realize you're finally thinking in English.